warming up here, and we'll be going down trackside in just a moment. But for those of you who are familiar with the faces of a lot of our modified competitors can well tell for yourself just who were the top men, and certainly if you kept time you would know that. But a couple slight surprises. We're not surprised that Richie Gallup, he's been running, has 3 wins here at Riverside Park in Saturday night competition and has been running extremely well. And he certainly showed the way tonight.
One of the local hometown boys that runs here on a regular basis showed the men of the NASCAR Winston Modified Tour how it can be done. Let's have a nice round of applause for the Bush Pole winner, Richie Gallup. Runner-up spot, the driver of car number 77, Ricky Fuller. Third position, the number 8 for Jeff Fuller. Fourth spot, the 75 of Carl Pastriak. Fifth spot, the number 36 of Mikey Winitsko. Then it's sixth spot, the 76 of Tommy Bowles. Seventh spot, the number 7 of Tom Baldwin. And rounding out the top 8, the 44 of Reggie Ruggiero. Ladies and gentlemen, the Adap Auto Palace Time Trial Award winners in Victory Lane.
Guys are used to time trial and things like that, and I'm really glad to be here.
1 bit of speculation time. One thing that people are talking about, tire compound, tire setup. What are you thinking about for tonight?
Well, we got soft tires on, but I think they will last. We've been running here, we've been trying different things, and I think the crew's got the right combination with this new Sherwood car, and I'm looking forward to it.
Richie, you've been to Victory Lane here on Saturday night. You're setting fast time. You're already a good start. We'll see you later in the competition.
I certainly hope so.
Back upstairs to Raleigh.
Okay, Mark, now you can see the Busch Grand National North cars are starting to move out on the fires.
Well, Raleigh, down here in Victory Lane, they're lining up for the photos. The ADAP Auto Palace Time Trial Awards. Fast time going to J.B. Olby, driver of car number 41. Kelly Moore, the driver of the 47, in second fastest time. We're still waiting on Dick McCabe. Rick Craven, the driver of the 25. Joey Karafis, driver of the 01. Ron Moon, the driver of the 19. Bruce Haley in the 52. And Mike Rowe, driver of car number 15.
We can do it real fast right now if you're ready.
Is this slide down with that? I guess there's 71 the green car.
And we'll move right along now with our first of 2 modified qualifying heats.
Ready and set for green flag action. As they move out of turns number 3 and 4, Ed Kennedy puts the hammer down. Paul Coakley says, not this time around.
And apparently something has broken on that car because there's the wrecker out. So that's no way to start the evening for Ferrari. Hahn is trying to back into the pit area.
Feels that the field is looking good as they come out of turns 3 and 4. Should they go with Ed Kennedy to the inside, Satch Worley alongside. Ladies and gentlemen, this is the NASCAR Winston Modified Tour. Out of turns 3 and 4 they come with the hammer down. Paul Coakley with the green flag sends them on their way. It is Ed Kennedy out to lead down the back straightaway. Satch Worley following suit in car number 4. Here comes the Jet. Jimmy Tomato high, wide, and handsome to the outside. He puts a nose ahead of the number 28 of George Runner. They head for turns number 1 and 2. Nose to tail go the leaders. There goes Ed Kennedy down the back straightaway. Satch Worley following suit in the number 4. Jamie Tomato looking for racing room high to the outside as they come out of turn number 4. That is George Runner Jr. in the 28. The Visa in the 01 and the 35 of S.J. Albanshin. Going down into the record books. 4 cars qualify. Here comes Ed Kennedy in car number 73. He has built up the lead over the number 4 of Satch Worley, who gets sideways coming out of turn number 2. Down low to the inside is Jamie Tomato. Tomato gets a nose underneath the number 4 of Satch Worley, but Worley closes the door and says, nope, not this time around. They come to the line. Hit for turns number 1 and 2. Kennedy continues to lead off and on his way. Down the back straightaway he goes. A very potent Jamie Tomato will now look high to
back out of turns 3 and 4 in car number 2. Back to the line they come. In Kennedy, Seth Worley. The number 2 of Jamie Toyano. Car number 28 of Bronzo. Those are your top 4 automobiles. Just outside of qualifying is car number 01 of John Zavisa. Out of turn 4 they come. They hit for turn number 1. In Kennedy, in the Park Ride of Fly, Chevrolet continues to lead the event. Jamie Toyano, certainly the more powerful of the 2 automobiles, looking underneath this time, low to the inside of the number 4 of Satch Worley. He can't find race room as he hits a bit sideways out of turn 4. Cars coming to the line, and they will go to the feature event. Out of turns 3 and 4 come the potent NASCAR wins the modifieds. Checkered flags in the air for car number 73 of Ed Kennedy.
Qualifying heat number 2, and starting on the pole will be defending Tour champion Mike Stefanik in car 15. Mike out of West Greenwich, Rhode Island, in the Cosella Speed entry. Then it will be the number 5 for Charlie Pastriak of Lisbon, Connecticut, the first choice auto parts Cavalier. In second row on the inside, it will be the number 91 machine scheduled to go. And we're looking forward to seeing him into the action. Correction, number 81. We made that mistake earlier tonight. That's Bob Park of East Northport, Long Island, in the Sunset Fuel Artworks, number 06. Then it will be the 54.
Looking good, then the green flag will fly, and we'll be racing NASCAR Winston modified style. It is Stefanik to the inside, Pastriak to the outside. Paul Coakley, green flag in hand this time. He sends them on their way.
Stefanik with a good jump on the field. Keep an eye on D'Alessandro down low, trying to do the job in the number 91. Stefanik holds on with Charlie Pastriak running second. D'Alessandro gets sideways. Pastriak also goes around. So a tough break for both these lads who were in qualifying spots. So now it's Stefanik, Kopech, Leclerc, and Hightower leading the way. Mike Stefanik opening up a good lead now over Chris Kopech. Eric Leclerc doing a fine job in the number 47 as he hangs right with Kopech. Brad Hightower trying to move in, but without success. So 3 Riverside regulars trail the defending NASCAR modified champ. And there are the sticks in the air. 2 laps to go for Stefanik. Brad Hightower now closing in on Leclerc for that number 3 spot. Here's the white flag for your leader. No contest as Mike Stefanik takes the win, followed by Chris Kopech, Eric Leclerc, and Brad Hightower.
Race finish, Eric Leclerc 100 for third. And Brad Hightower will be scooping up $75 for coming in fourth in round number 2. $1,500 total between the 3 heats from Budweiser. Some champagne there for Michael as well from our friends at Big Y Liquors.
Pick up that little bit extra cash as some Riverside Park regulars do very well, finishing second, third, and fourth behind Mike Stefanik. Nicely done indeed.
I don't want to get chewed out yet.
To Bob Gaeta from Niantic, Connecticut, in the Dick Traynor Trucking Pontiac. Then it will be Wheaton in the 35. On the outside of the second row, the number 7 for Bill Clark of Farmington, Maine, the Skoal Bandit Pontiac. Then we go to the number 61 machine, and that one for Mike Olson of North Haverhill, New Hampshire, the Swenson Insurance Buick. It will be the number 5 next for Barney McRae of Colchester, Vermont, the Motion Racing Joel Jen Chevy Buick. In the final row, the number 17 for Bob Brunel of Peru, New York, the Brunel Asphalt entry. And the 06, that one for Rick Miller of Claremont, New Hampshire, in the Big A Auto Parts Entry. Here we are, we're underway. But coming up on the outside, it's Billy Clark in the small number 7. And Clark has the number 3 spot. 5 cars to qualify. And right now it's the number 61 of Mike Olson on the bubble. Dueling it out, but closing in is Billy Clark in the number 7. He's followed by Mike Wheaton, car 35, and rounding out our qualifiers at the moment, the 61 of Mike Olson. But he's getting pressure now from Barney McRae in the number 5. Your leader, car 52. Comes off very smartly off turn 2. He's running a very, very tight line, not allowing Gaeta much room to pass him, forcing Gaeta to make an outside move. Six laps down. Across the line once again. Remaining the same, no change, but McRae continues to pressure the number 61 of Mike Olson. 2 laps remaining in this first qualifying heat. Clark continues to close in on Gaeta. Let's see if he has a chance now to move in for a little extra bonus money. They're coming for the checkered flag. No, sir. No chance for Clark to make the move on Gaeta. So it's the 52 of Bruce Haley taking down the win, followed by Bob Gaeta in the 36. The 7 of Billy Clark, followed by the 35 of Mike Wheaton, and the 61 of Mike Olson of North Haverhill, New Hampshire, the Patton's Gas Fatton Automotive Buick.
On the inside of the next row will be car number 72 from Concord, North Carolina, Kenny Bouchard in the Adap Discount Auto Parts Pontiac. And bringing up the rear of the field, car number 59 from Stoughton, Mass. in the Renault Machinery Pontiac. Ladies and gentlemen, it is Bruce Hale. Side of row number 1, and alongside of him is the car number 38. Excuse me, car number 98 of Ron Lamell Jr. of Essex Junction, Vermont. He will be to the outside. The beautiful Riverside Park Speedway Pontiac pace car pulls to the inside, and we will look for Mike Rowe in car number 15 to up the hammer down. Watch Magic Shoes Mike McLaughlin in car number 51 as they come out of 4, green in the air, and we're racing at Riverside. There goes Mike Rowe in car number 15, the lady in Ron Lamell Jr., the number 2 spot, the 51 of Magic Shoes Mike McLaughlin, car number 4 of Rez Prosner. Your top 4 automobiles looking for racing room down low to the inside is the number 69 of Jeff Spraker. Spraker now coming into contact with car number 4 in turns number 1 and 2 of Wes Rosner. Those two gentlemen come to a halt as we have yellow caution on the speedway. The number 98 alongside is Ron Lamell Jr. in the Lamell number 98. 2 by 2, they move down the back straightaway again. Watch Magic Shoes Mike McLaughlin to the inside in car number 51. He'll look for racing room as they accept green flag out of turn number 4, and again they're on their way. Once again is Mike Rowe, and following suit is the number 51 as he gets underneath the Lamell. That is Mike McLaughlin. He takes over the number 2 spot, but Lamell has other ideas as he tucks up high to the outside as they come out of turn number 4. Down low is Ken Bouchard, the Discount Auto Parts number 72. He too is tacked on to the rear bumper of McLaughlin at 51, as those 3 cars are running under a blanket. Rowe continues to lead in the number 15. He comes out of 4 into the strap. Look at Lamell on the outside, the 51 of Mike McLaughlin now takes over that number 2 spot. Here comes Ken Bouchard down low to the inside. The second and third automobiles of McLaughlin and Lamell go door handle to door handle through turn turns number 3 and 4. Out of turn number 4 again. To the line they come to the end of turn number 1. It is Mike McLaughlin, that number 2 spot. He has to fight off the hard challenge of Lamel to the outside, but waiting in the wings is the number 72 of Kenny Bouchard. Halfway for Mike Rowe this time around. The 2 cars get sideways into turn number 4. His contact is made. The number 51 of McLaughlin takes over that number 2 spot. Now there's a battle for third with Bouchard to the inside, Lamel to the outside. Car number 16 in the 5th and final qualifying spot. That is Stubb Fadden. Here they come once again. Mike Rowe continues to lead from the real races for the 2nd, 3rd, and 4th positions with Mike McLaughlin on the 51. The 72 of Kenny Bouchard, Lamel to the outside, high, wide, the handsome in car number 98. Watch him now as they come out of 4. Rowe has run away with this event as he enters turns number 1 and 2. Down the back straightaway he goes. McLaughlin second. Here comes Ken Bouchard to the inside of the 72. Ron Lamel to the outside in the 90. They continue to go wheel to wheel, hub to hub out of turn 4. 2 laps to go this time around for Mike Rowe, the number 15. He is off and on his way down the back straightaway. The field begins to string out just a little bit with the number 51 in the number 2 spot of Mike McLaughlin, Kenny Bouchard, Ron Lamel, and Stubb Fadden. White flag is in the air. 1 lap remains here at Riverside. Round 2 of qualification for NASCAR's Busch Grand National North Series. Out of turn 4, ladies and gentlemen, here comes your winner. Car number 15 is Mike Rowe. And the 2nd spot will be McLaughlin in the 51, Bouchard in the 72, the 98 of Ron Lamel, and the 5th and final qualifier is car number 16 of Stubb Fadden.
Well, the top 4 will now alight from their vehicles and friends at Budweiser, the king of beers.
That's right, Budweiser, the king of beers, the champagne from Big Y Discount Liquors, and the young ladies from Models and More of Westfield. And you can see Mike McLaughlin looking especially pleased to be standing next to one of the young ladies from Models and More and holding on to his envelope filled with money. Yes, from the crew of the DePisa number 48 and family. So, little time for a little special birthday wish this evening. One thing that these guys have to be happy with, they always like to get showcased. They look for the opportunity to get showcased. They beg and plead with Ben Dodge all season long. Please run our feature later in the event. Let more people see us, showcase our division. And I'll tell you, they can feel awfully good on the biggest night, the biggest program of the season, that they are a part of it, running a 20-lap feature event in the middle of the program as opposed to at the very beginning. So a real showcasing. Let's see if they can put on the show that they assure us they can each and every week.
Well, that's it. Let's hope they don't get over-anxious here.
That's right.
And end up bouncing all over the place. But on the whole, they run very, very clean all year long, and let's look for the more of the same right now. There's the green flag displayed by Gary Fields, and we're ready to go to action here in the strictly stock feature, 20 laps the distance.
So a little reshuffling of the starting grid here finds the 45 of Jim Houghton in the front row, the 41 of Don Cook starting outside of him, A.J. Jewett and Paul Sporbert, Dave Barabee and Bob McMullen, Mitch Jurnowski, Donnie Jagir, Paul DePisa, Joe Zarnecki, as we get ready to go to green. The pace will pick up off turn number 4. Gary Fields waves the green flag and sends them off. A.J. Jewett just a tad loose. Watch the charge from the rear of the field now, but Jim Houghton is going to lead him in the early going down the back straightaway. Watch the 08 of A.J. Jewett. 3 wide they go now off turn number 4. Everybody gets away okay down the front straightaway. A.J. Jewett now trouble. Dennis Sporbert is in trouble, sends Don Cook around. Bob McMullen getting the worst of it, evasive action by Paul DePisa. The price is paid, though, further back in traffic.
Wow. Well, let's hang tight here, folks, and see how this one all sorts out.
Yep, Bobby McMullen looking to have so far the worst of it. As you can just see, the sheet metal gets scraped away from the cage of his automobile. Don Mastriodrelli moving in the 15, James Spielman in the 23. Keith Stanfield moves away in the 57, taking over that car for Harry Germain.
And somebody's dropping some fluid. We're not quite sure who it is at the moment, but we'll sure find out. It doesn't appear to be the 12 of McMullen, however.
Well, Larry Bouchard taking an early exit from the event, possibly here as well. He is out of the automobile. His car safely tucked away in Ben's box right now. Keith Stanfield rolling the 57 in there as well.
Okay, we have only one lap in the book, so still 19 to go. And here we go, looking for green flag from Gary Fields. We've got it. We're back underway.
Jim Houghton will get the challenge now from A.J. Jewett as they race into corner number 1. The star of the amateur 4x4 truck competition on Sunday nights looks like he will yield to 4-time feature event winner A.J. Jewett in the 08. Donnie Jagir trying to get his point lead back and win the championship in car number 24. The Joe's Lumber Company number 24 Olds Cutlass now running second. Joe Zarnecki turning in a back run, a good one rather. In the back of the pack, Bernie Croto goes around in the 99. He gets it going again. We stay under green. Zarnecki turning in a good run now as he runs third. Dave Barabee running fourth now as he challenges the 45 of Houghton. Contact to the 45 of Jim Houghton. Trouble now for brother J.D. Houghton. He's off the pace. Flat right rear tire on his automobile. He will try to move it to the pit area. A.J. Jewett is going to lead him, though. He is out in front in the 08. Jagir running second. Zarnecki running third. Barabee fourth. Challenged now by the Redstone Realty number 1 from Mitch Jernowski. Jernowski battling with Barabee for that fourth spot. Fourth and fifth on the line there. Jeff Connors in the 0. Over the 6th position, Deb Seller up to 7th. Jagir and Zarnecki battle for 2nd and 3rd. The 99 of Bernie Croto is a lapped automobile. Zarnecki uses that to his advantage and moves around to take over the 2nd spot. Joe Zarnecki in the 20 looking strong. Donnie Jagir running 3rd. Mitch Jernowski, a lot of work on that automobile in the last week. The Redstone Realty number 1 running 4th. Dave Barabee running 5th in the 4. Jeff Connors running 6th in the 0. Deb Seller running 7th in the 25. Halfway, 10 down and 10 to go. The distance is 20 laps. A.J. Jewett out in front in the 08. No challenge coming as of yet. Joey Zarnecki, the Zarnecki brothers entry, the 20. Runs second. Donnie Jagir trying to get second back as he moves the Olds Cutlass. Contact off turn number 4. Lean on each other, trade paint, and a little bit more as these guys battle tenaciously for that 2nd spot. Again off turn number 4. Again the contact. This time now, Zarnecki with a problem. Falling off the pace, and Jagir takes over 2nd spot. Mitch Jernowski running 3rd in the 1. Dave Barabee 4th in the 4. Jeff Connors 5th in the 0. Deb Seller running 6th in car number 25. Caution comes out now as Joe Zarnecki with a problem up in turn number 4. Contest in the Modified Tour and the Busch Grand National North, and their feature events, of course, as well. So, a lot of racing yet to come tonight. The Strictly Stock's back in line, the field ready to go. It is lap number 13. The green comes back out. And now, A.J. Jewett, as he was a little bit loose off corner number 4. Mitch Jernowski gets in trouble in turn number 2. Donnie Jagir battles with A.J. Jewett. This is for the lead. Off turn number 4 and down to the stripe. Fairly evenly matched. Jagir with the better of it. Jernowski trying to make a comeback here from his trouble as he races hard with Barabee. Deb Seller makes a big leap forward. Paul DePisa gets turned around. 5 laps to go, this time by the stripe. Now it is A.J. Jewett that leads him this time by. Donnie Jagir just a little bit out of shape. A.J. Jewett takes it back. Jernowski running 3rd. Jeff Connors and Dave Barabee battle for 4th. Deb Seller running 6th, looking to make the move up. Glenn Griswold ready to follow her, with the laps ticking down. 3 to go this time by. A.J. Jewett still the leader. Donnie Jagir in the 24, working him over as best he can. Jagir running out of time. Both these guys really dirt tracking the cars through corner number 4. 2 laps to go. Jernowski running 3rd in the 1. Jeff Connors up to 4th in the 0. Deb Seller running 5th in the 25. She taps the rear bumper of Connors with the white flag out and 1 more lap to go. A.J. Jewett's got to hold on. Off corner number 4 and headed for the checkered flag. The win goes to A.J. Jewett in the 08. 2nd to the 24 of Donnie Jagir. 3rd to the 1 of Mitch Jernowski. 4th to the 0 of Jeff Connors and 5th to the 25 of Deb Seller.
Crew contest before the feature events in both the divisions. Again, we want to welcome you on behalf of Ted Pusher and all the good folks associated with Adap Discount Auto Parts, along with the Auto Palace. They are the proud sponsors of tonight's event. In addition to that, we also remind you, in addition to all of this, Pontiac and Pontiac Motorsports are a major part of today's program here at Riverside. We sincerely appreciate the support of the good folks at Pontiac, Winston Victory Lane. Mark?
Well, last season, A.J. Jewett was helping Dave Jackson, at that point a strictly stock competitor, in a number 8 with his season, helping him out with the car. He was a crew member. This season, he has switched to driving, and I'll tell you, A.J. Jewett, it seems to agree with you just fine. This is your 4th feature event win. Congratulations.
Thanks, Mark. We had a good starting spot, and the car was pretty good, and, you know, it's a little cool out tonight. We had to wait so long, and, but I love it. We got out front, and then Gurgier started on the outside of me, and I couldn't let him have it.
This has to be a dream season for you, I'll tell you. 4 feature event wins. I think you were going to be happy with 1 going into it.
Yeah, well, I set a goal about halfway through the season that I wanted 5, and to finish in the top 10. This is number 4, and if we get another one, oh, it'd be great. I want to thank all the fans that have supported me, my sponsors, my money man Sparky over here. It's been jumping up and down, and I love Riverside Park. It's a good racetrack.
AJ, congratulations again, win number 4. Back upstairs to Ben Dodge.
End them up tight. Off the 4th turn, work their way back to the line. Who's it going to be in turn number 1? It is Barney McRae. McRae sets the pace. Rosner on the inside. Here comes Brunel down low. Pontiac's run in the battle for 2nd. Deep into turn number 3. Almost evenly matched. Buick out in front. Pontiac's hunting him down. Closer than most people park. They come together. Rosner tanks the wall hard. Back down across. Wes Rosner becomes a victim of circumstances here. The 06 makes it back across the racetrack somehow for Rick Miller. Loses some ground, but now it's car number 59 for Bob Healy, who has worked his way into position number 3. Healy takes over the 3rd spot. Dropping back to 4th is Rick Miller. In 5th spot is the number 69. Rosner tries to rejoin in the competition. Sheet metal the story on the number 4 Pontiac. 3 laps are up on the Winston Racing Series scoreboard. The competition resumes. It is still Barney McRae setting the pace at the front of the field.
Breaker in car number 69. Going to try to chase down Miller for that 4th spot for money. Barney McRae still has the edge over the 17 of Bob Brunel. Brunel trying to close in, but the laps are ticking down.
The checkered flag is in the air, and 4 positions will pay the bonus bucks. 4 positions pay the bonus bucks, courtesy of Budweiser, the king of beers. They'll be presented as car number 5, sets in the winner's circle. It is a modified
consolation event is making its final preparation.
Assistant runners on Saturday nights here at Riverside, consistently in the top 10. Okay, looks like we're about ready now. Paul Coakley is on the stand with the flags. Our pace car about to pull in, and here with the call is Mike Kalanoff.
Thank you very much once again, Raleigh. John Zavisa to the inside, car number 01. Redinas alongside in the 06. Here's Coakley with the green flag, and this time we send them on their way. 600 horsepower worth of NASCAR modified, screaming down the back straightaway with Redinas to the outside in the 06. He is the nose in front, the 01 of Zavisa falls back to the number 2 spot. Top 2 cars qualify. They will go to the feature event. One lap into the record books thus far. George Redinas in car number 06 continues to lead. Down the back straightaway they go with Zavisa in the number 2 spot. S.J. Avanchin looking for racing room third. Here comes Bob Park in the 81 and 80 to Hunt. Car number 9 to Hunt looses to the inside. And brings that car to a halt. No caution has been displayed as of yet. Here comes the field. Out of turn 4 once again. George Redinas in the 06, a regular competitor here at the Riverside Park Speedway, off and on his way. In that number 2 position is car number 01. One of the low buck operators, but a hard charger. That of course, is John Zavisa. Is Jay Avanchin. He is looking for racing room both on the outside and out to the inside. Down the back straightaway in that car number 35. Bob Park in the 81. Winston modified to a regular. He currently sits fourth. A very, very important event for these NASCAR Winston Tour modified drivers, as only the top 2 cars over the line. They will secure themselves a spot in the feature event. Lap car of Eddie Hunt goes down low to the inside. Here comes George Redinas. He has himself a sizable lead in car number 06. John Zavisa is still second in the 01, but S.J. Avanchin now applying the pressure on the number 35. They go to turns number 3 and 4. Zavisa going high and S.J. going low. They cross the stripe once again and head for turns number 1 and 2 as George Redinas continues to lead down the back straightaway. The popsicle sticks this time indicate that 2 more circuits remain for these NASCAR Winston Tour modifieds. George Redinas in the 06, the 01 of John Zavisa. Those 2 gentlemen have qualified if things should end as they are. S.J. Avanchin has other ideas in car number 35, but the white flag is in the air and 1 circuit remains for car number 06 of George Redinas. Down the back straightaway he goes. The 01 following suit of John Zavisa. Ladies and gentlemen, here comes your winner. The checker flag in the air, car number 06 of George Redinas.
Certainly, too, Mike, a very strong run for John Zavisa as he holds off the veteran S.J. Avanchin to wrap up a spot in tonight's Adap Discount Auto Parts Stores 100 here at Riverside Park Speedway, and they'll pull into victory lane to pick up some bonus money, as will S.J. for his 3rd place finish and Bob Park for his 4th place finish. So that sort of soothes the wounds just a little bit, but of course, both Avanchin and Park would prefer to be in the feature than picking up a little extra cash here at the finish line, that's for sure.
No question about it. Not a terrific consolation, but a very generous one of that on the part of our sponsors here at the Riverside Park Speedway. Nice run for George Redinas, a regular competitor here at Riverside in car number 06, as well as the 01 of John Zavisa. As Raleigh told you, both of those gentlemen have secured themselves a spot in tonight's ADAP 100-lap modified Winston feature event.
This is a good position for John Zavisa, too, because early in this season he had tremendously bad luck in the competition here at Riverside. Things have started to turn around for him, and in recent weeks, in the regular Saturday night competition, he has been doing very, very well indeed. Aside from last week, he had 2/5 and 2/3 in the 4 previous events. Aside from the last 2 weeks, he's been doing very well, finishing in the top 10 in 5 out of the last 6 programs. So for young George, who comes a long way from Bethel, Connecticut to be here, it's turning out to be a pretty successful year after all. Right now down at Victory Lane, they have their photographs taken for the various racing publications and now move back to their cars to prep for the running of the feature event a little bit later on. And they're sponsored by Kate's Car Connection. The jackman's name is Bill Bath. Right front tire man, Mark Wentworth. Right rear tire man, Ray Labby. Serving as gas man tonight is Don Crispin, and the overflow man is Carl Wilson. Okay, here he comes, Dick McCabe in the number 0. Now
Now, the story of the game is this, not how fast you come down to the winner's circle, but it's from the time the car stops until the time the car moves again. Now, McCabe is a crafty veteran. He has won a lot of the major events held over the years. They put fuel in the car, right side tires are up, car falls off the jack. That's going to be costly for them. Working feverishly to get it back up in the air. But it apparently, the problem is a little bit more severe as the clock continues to tick away. Crew members anxiously try to pick up the car. They've got it back up in the air. This team does not give up. The car connection, Dick McCabe, number 0. Still working on the right side tires. They have it down. It moves away. Even with the problems, we'll give you the time. 40.154. Let's give them a nice round of applause for not giving up. Second team to come out will be the team made up of the following. It is Joey Carafas' team, car number 01. It's a Pontiac. Its owner's name is NE Racing Enterprises. It is a sponsor-wanted race car. It is... The jackman's name is Dennis Marati, who is 31 years of age. The right front tire man is Buddy DeRocher, who is 32. The right rear tire man is Ronnie Green, who is 30. Dan Fenorier is the gas man, who is 32. And Jack Logano is the overflow man, who is 43. This is a sponsor-needed race car and truly one of the front runners. Ladies and gentlemen, nice round of applause for Joey Carafas. One penalty being issued on the 0, loose lug. That's 2 additional seconds. Joey Carafas, this gentleman has been one of the veteran drivers and one of the stars to beat. Looking for a major sponsor. They do a very quick pit stop. We'll give you the time. 14.698. That becomes the time to beat. 14.698, and a very, very impressive time. Up next is the team of car number 41. That is a team of car number 41. It is Jamie Aubie, the Mountain Racing Enterprises team. He is a former champion. The jack man is Mike Jerry, who is 35. Jeffrey Yandow is 38, who is the right front tire man. Jerry Young is the right rear tire man, who is 30. Paul Charbonneau is the gas man, who's 22. And Sid Potter is the overflow man, who is 51. There is no penalties on the Carafas number 01. We're ready. Ladies and gentlemen, nice round of applause for Jamie Aubie and the Mountain Racing team number 41.
Set him down, 41.
But remember, the clock does not start until he comes to a complete stop.
Go ahead, tell me who the changes.
On the catch can, Tommy Kelly's going to do it on Fuller's car.
Okay.
You got a copy?
Okay, that looked like a good stop for Aubie.
Not that quick, though. 17.790. 17.790. 17.790. Up next is the number 47. It's aluminum-bodied race car. Kelly Moore is the driver. Richard Moore is the owner. Jordan True Value Lumber among the sponsors. The jack man is Brian Sullivan, who's 32. Dana Libby, who is the right front tire man, who is 34. Right rear tire man is Carl Haskell, who is 28. Steve Sullivan is the gas man, who is 33. And Joey Alberti, who is 41, is the overflow man. Ladies and gentlemen, would you welcome Kelly Moore?
Set down the 47.
Okay, on the 41, Lisa. Thank you, Jimmy.
Brooksy, have those modified guys ready. We don't want to spend a lot of time.
What's the next car coming now? Taking the tire on.
Still working on the right rear. A little bit of a problem there for the Moore crew. It's cost them dearly. Down it goes. We'll give you the time. 24.070. 24.070. Up next is the Adap Auto Palace team.
The car that is owned by Ed Carroll and Riverside Motorsports. It's kept right here at Riverside Park Speedway. The driver is a former Winston Cup rookie, Mr. Kenny Bouchard from Fitchburg, Massachusetts. The team is made up of Ralph Solom, Andy Johnson. The jackman is Bob Bergeron. The gas man is John Hauser. The catchman is Andy Johnson, and Ralph Solom is a part of the team. This is the Adap team looking for the big one. Let's give them a nice round of applause. Kenny Bouchard in the Adap Discount Auto Palace number 72. Ken Bouchard, beautifully prepared automobile, consistently runs exceptionally well. The Adap team looks quick. They get the right side up with ease. Right side tires are on. The Riverside Motorsports Adap car moves away. Time is 18.451. 18.451. Now, once again, there are 3 positions paying in this, courtesy of Tom Francis's Finish Line, Discount, Tire, and Auto Center. The last car in the Busch Grand Nationals is an Oldsmobile. It is car number 51, the H&H Motorsports machine. Magic Shoes Mike McLaughlin is the driver. Coors Extra Gold listed among the sponsors. The jackman is Harry Gricci. The right front tire man is Mikey McTeague, who's 26 years of age. The right rear tire man is Greg Zipadelli, who is 23. The gas man is Chick Zipadelli, who is 31. And the overflow man is Ralph Munzard, who is 29 years of age. Ladies and gentlemen, nice round of applause for the Coors Extra Gold 51, Magic Shoes Mike McLaughlin. They put Mike McLaughlin into the winner's circle, and the NASCAR Winston Modified Tour is a champion. Right side of the car is up. They're down. 17.670. That's second fastest. 17.670. We'll give you the official rundown of who is our winner in the pit contest in just a moment. Down the first place money. Second place team, the number 51, the Coors Extra Gold machine, Magic Shoes, Mike McLaughlin, 17.670. Third place, Jamie Aubie, the number 41, 17.790. 3 positions pay the bonus money. All 3 of those teams should report to the start-finish line. Concludes and continues. Certainly a very happy group there at Victory Lane, along with Tom Francis, and pictures abound at the moment. Mass, lap number 31, Macbeth's Racing Engines. Lap 32, Brookside Florist, Granby, Connecticut. Lap 33, Brookside Florist, Granby, Connecticut. Lap 34, Gricci Fuel, Granby. Lap 35, Gricci Fuel, Granby. Lap 36, VP Racing Fuel. Lap 37, C. Hanks Construction, Summers, Connecticut. Lap 38, New England Uniform. Lap 39, in memory of Sue Dugan. Lap number 40, Casella Speed Equipment. Lap number 41, in memory of Gene Murphy. Lap 42, Rudinas Racing. Lap 43, Start Finish Motorsports. Lap 44, Macbeth's Racing Engines. Lap number 45, Earl's Performance Products. Lap 46, VP Racing Fuel. Guard. The right front tire man is Ricky Young. The right rear tire man is Larry St. Jean. The gas man is Keith Skinner. And the overflow man is Margaret Pastriak. Ladies and gentlemen, would you welcome Charlie Pastriak Racing, the First Choice Auto Parts team. The move, his crew awaiting his arrival. They're right down past the start-finish line, and here we go. Well, the team jacks up the right side of the car, and the jack seems like it took more pumps to get it up than what we've seen before. The jack may be not as quick of a jack. A lot of these teams have all their own little goodies to make them some magic. Charlie Pastriak, a regular front runner. He's right in the hunt for the point standings here at Riverside. Truly one of the nice guys in the pit area.
A little slow on the right rear tire here. Apparently there's some kind of a problem there, and that's going to cost him dearly. They get it down, and the time is
35.520.
35.520. So that's not that good of a time. Apparently the problem resulted in, as we mentioned before, a problem with the right rear. Superior Processing listed among the sponsors. Patty, it looks like Menduzel is the owner of the car. Ricky Blanchard is going to be the jack man. Chuck Bebolt is going to be the right front tire. Steve Garapi is going to be the right rear tire man. Ed, it looks like Chaberlin is going to be the gas man, and Tom Kelly is going to be the overflow man. Ladies and gentlemen, nice round of applause for Jeff Fuller and the number 8.
And they go right to work. Let's see how well the boys can do with this one now. Looking good at the moment. Right front presented a little bit of a problem. 20.071 for the crew of Jeff Fuller in car number 8. Tony, of course, the driver, and the owner is Tony Vecchio. Sponsor's name, Universal Joint Sales and Clark Concrete. The jackman's name is Tony Vecchio Sr. Mike Hirschman, age 23, on the right front tire. Right rear tire man, Rick Thomas. Tony Vecchio Jr., the gas man, and the overflow man, Debbie Vecchio, 28 years of age. Tire carrier, Dennis Hirschman, age 24. And here comes Tony Hirschman, car number 1. Okay, the clock now starts for Tony Hirschman.
Right side rubber is the story once again. That's the object of the contest and the object of the game. Rear tire seems to be the problem for everyone this evening in this contest. The times are not very quick at all for the modifieds. They are much quicker. 20.898. 20.898. Up next, this is the team that won in 1989 and won in 1988 also. It is car number 7, New York. It is a Pontiac for Tom Baldwin. The owner of the car is also Tom Baldwin. Two Brothers Excavating, DFP Construction among the sponsors. Tracy Christensen, 24, is the jack man, The right front tire man is Steve Calaccio, who is 28. Skip Baldwin is the right rear tire man, who's 23. Barry Cantor is the gas man, who's 35. And the overflow man is Alan Cantor, who is 40. Ladies and gentlemen, Tom Baldwin and the True Brothers Excavating number 7.
And the 7.
Remember, Baldwin's team is a former winner of this contest. It is not how fast you come down, it's how fast you change the right side rubber. This team is ready. They're looking good.
We're 2/3 the way there.
Right front tire is the story. The time. 22.248, not that quick. 22.248, not that quick. Up next is going to be the number U2. This is the Danny's Market automobile. It is a Pontiac, VP Racing Fuels, RTE Racing Transmission. Buzzy Bennett is the jackman with a 33. Mike Clayton, 24, is the right front tire man. Mike Cost, 32, is the right rear tire man. Bud Van is the gas man. And George Clayton, 58, is the overflow man. Let's give a nice round of applause for the Jet, Jamie the Jet Tomeno.
Then the U2.
2-second penalty for car number 7. 1 loose lug. 2-second penalty.
Well, it looks like we have have ourselves a new leader, the Jamie Tomeno crew, with a time of 18.591 to move into into first place, ahead of Jeff Fuller.
Well, here's a team that's also won this contest before, the number 21, the Hartberry Spear Point Garage Southern New England Egg Team. Georgia Duke of Kent is the driver. The jackman is James Savage Sr., who's 54. Kenny Berry is the right front tire man, who's 20. John Brunel, who is 18, is the right rear tire man. The gas man is Jim Savage Jr., who is 17. And Norman McNeil is the overflow man, who is 50. Ladies and gentlemen, would you welcome Georgia Duke of Kent.
That's 21. That ambulance will call it back up. Guys, please make sure you tell that ambulance driver to call it back up before that one leaves. So we got one here.
Set mark on set. Alright, what are you push officials are gonna have to stay with the ambulance so we don't be come, the backup's coming or what? Understand? Thank you. Okay, I'm with the ambulance right now.
The car goes down off the jack before they get all the
20.677, 20.677. We'll give you the top three finishes in just a moment. Team 18.591. Second place team is Jeff Fuller, which is 20.071. And third place team is George Kent, 20.677. Congratulations goes out to them. We need them to stay at the start-finish line for pictures.
dollars. Would also like to thank Riverdale Chrysler Plymouth in West Springfield, Massachusetts for their support of the time trials. Snap-on Tools and your local independent Snap-on tool dealer have contributed funds to the leaders in each division of laps 25, 50, 75, and 100. The Auto Palace is also chipping in. Modified feature, of course, paying the lap money, and that we'll be looking forward to keeping an eye on for you. This would be your last chance to pick up the sponsorship of a modified lap. There are still just a few open. See Harry Ferguson located at the booth down to the south end of the upper grandstand area. Harry will be happy to sign you up at $25 for a lap.
Side now is Tom Elliman. He is the Director of Public Relations for the Busch Grand National North Series. He is here for the draw of position for the top six, and he also has some special awards to present. Isn't that so, Tom?
That's right, Mark. Thank you very much. It's great to be back here at Riverside Park, and I know all the NASCAR Busch Grand National North competitors are excited to be here and anxious to get on with the show, so I won't take too much time here. But traditionally, before the start of each race, we have a couple of awards we need to present, two of which we do not have with us here tonight, but I do just want to mention two people who won awards at the Adap Twin 150s on Wednesday night at Thompson International Speedway. The Speedway Scene Performance Award, which will be presented next week, went to Bruce Haley of Minot, Maine, driver of car number 52. Bruce started that race 14th. His starting position in tonight's field will be. So would you welcome again the gentleman who is the two-time defending champion of the NASCAR Busch Grand National North Series. He has 3 wins this year. He has 3 Busch Pole Awards, and he is the leader in points. There you are, Jamie Obie, ladies and gentlemen, tonight's Busch Pole Award winner. I understand you've already gotten your checks and your plaques and all that, and you're ready to go for this?
I haven't seen any checks yet, but we got our plaques, and we're ready to pick and get this ADAP 100 on the way.
Okay, go for it, Jamie. He'd already made his choice before he even looked, and Jamie Obie is going to be starting in position number 6. Second man to draw will be Kelly Moore of Scarborough, Maine, driver of car number 47. His time trial was 13.897 seconds. I should mention that Jamie's was 13.785. Kelly looks confident, smiling a little bit, but not too much, but he's got number 1. Kelly Moore will start from the pole. Kind of holding back there a little bit. Dick McCabe is next, the Irish Angel, driver of car number 0. He picked up can number 1 last time. This time he's got 13.946 seconds on his time trial. And how's the luck of the Irish tonight? Not so hot. It's number 4. Dick McCabe will start 4th tonight. Next, Ricky Craven. Winner of 4 Busch poles this year, time trial 4th fastest tonight. Car number 25, Craven's time 13.965 seconds, goes to the last cannon line, looks down, smiles, holds up 5 fingers. He will start 5th in tonight's field. Next will be the driver of car number 01, Joey Carafas out of Randolph, Massachusetts, 1987 NASCAR Busch Grand National North Series champion, time trial speed 14.008. A sort of a wry smile for a position number 2 for Joey Carafas. And finally, Ron Moon. Happy to be in the top 6 with an excellent time trial speed of 14.026. And we know where it's going to be, position number 3 for Ronnie Moon of Cumberland, Maine, ladies and gentlemen, car number 19. There are your top 6, and I'm going to
start your engines. Top 6 finishers, and you'll see them switch around. Joey Carafas on the pole, and alongside him will be Ricky Craven out our field from Chicopee, Massachusetts. Wes Rosner in car number 4. The Inland Buildings Lakota Racing Pontiac. The green flag has been displayed by starter Billy Dunn, and we're ready for action here at Riverside Park Speedway with the running of the Adap Discount Auto Parts Auto Palace 100. And here with the call is Mike Kalanoff.
Thank you very much. Car number 47, Kelly Miller. Kelly Moore puts the hammer down. We look for a green flag, and we are off and on our way. Kelly Moore, the number 47, jumps out into the early lead. 0-1 of Joey Carafas in the number 2 slot. Here comes car number 0 of Nick McCabe. He rounds out the top 3 with the number 19 looking for racing room on the inside. That is Ron Moon. Jamie Hobby now has taken over that number 4 spot. He is the current point leader on NASCAR's Busch Grand National Series. He is off and on his way, making a charge to the front. So now is Hobby in the 41, the 19 of Moon. He drops back to the 5th spot. Watch Ricky Craven as he moves on to the outside in car number 25. Kelly Moore has had an outstanding season. outside. Here's Kelly Moore on the inside. The 0-1 of Carafas, waiting in the wings along with Dick McCabe in car number 0. There goes Aubie out on the outside. They make contact in turns number 1 and 2. Jamie Aubie in car number 41 has spun after making contact with the number 47 of Kelly Moore. And this is certainly turned into quite an event here at Riverside. Let's take another look at it as we see Jamie Aubie getting sideways after making contact in turn 2.
From starter Billy Dunn, that we will be going racing this time around. The light on the pace car has been turned off, the indication that we will resume racing. And here we go, the pace car pulls in. Keep an eye on Moore and McCabe. They step up the pace. McCabe hangs back when the green flag is out. McCabe gets caught napping, and Carafas takes over the number 2 position.
McCabe looked for a little strategic move in turn number 3. It did not pay off as Joey Carafas in that car number 0-1 took advantage, moved into the number 2 spot. But here comes McCabe back on the outside as they come to the stripe once again and hit the turns number 1 and 2. Kelly Moore is your current race leader.
And watch Bruce Haley in car 52. Let's see if he can mount a challenge of any type. Meanwhile, Mike McLaughlin has moved all the way up into 6th place in car 51. Mike knows this racing surface well, having raced a modified here on many occasions. So whether this will prove to be an advantage for Mike, time will tell. Here he comes now. Off turn 4. Your leaders scoot by, and McLaughlin is moving up very, very quickly.
McLaughlin started in the 10th position on the grid and has now moved up into position number 5. He is certainly on the move, and he has enough time to make a challenge. 79 laps going out, and for the record, most 21 remain here at the Riverside Park Speedway. This is the Adap 100 for NASCAR's Busch Grand National North Series, and Kelly Moore is off and on his way. He comes to the stripe, and for turn number 1, he's your current race leader.
Being very, very hard back in the pack. He's already picked up 4 positions. And don't count him out for a high finish. You know he'll be there at the pace he's moving right now.
Well, Jamie Aubie seems to have found a hole on the low side of the racetrack as he works underneath now the number 72 of Kenny Bouchard as he will now mount the challenge towards the front of the pack. Jamie Aubie in car number 41 earlier involved in that accident up in turn number 2 and now has his work cut out for him with 84 laps that have been complete. 16 remain. Time just might not be on the side of Jamie Aubie.
Here's a challenge now for 2nd place. Dick McCabe going to the low side of Joey Carafas in the 0-1. Keep an eye on the 0. Carafas shuts the door as he pulls back in a second. But McCabe now surges back in turn 4, looking for an opening behind them. Great action between these two. Ron Moon, meanwhile, drops off the pace, and that brings out a caution flag. Moon has stopped up in turn 4, apparently losing power in the number 19. We'll try to get back out of harm's way.
100 for the Adap 100 here for NASCAR's Busch Grand National North Series. Kelly Moore on the inside. Car number 47. Joey Carafas to the outside in the 0-1. 2 top competitors about to go green flag racing. As we move to turn 3 and 4, the green flag is out, and we are racing.
Dick McCabe making a serious bid now in the number 0 as he moves under Joey Carafas. Carafas holding off that surge, though, in the 2nd spot. Meanwhile, the number 52 of Bruce Haley is still very much in contention, and Mike McLaughlin in the number 51 is now closing the gap. So you've got a race between 5 cars. It'll be a dash for the cash. And now coming around a complete lap 93, just 7 remaining. Kelly Moore, your leader from the start. Still hanging right in there, but now challenged by Joey Carafas. McCabe gets sideways. That opens the door for
National North Series.
What a great finish. Kelly Moore, the leader from the start, almost losing it at the very end, but the victory goes to Kelly Moore. Second place with a fabulous run at the end, Mike McLaughlin in car 51. Then it's the 52 of Bruce Haley. And guess who came back strong to finish in 6th place? Point leader Jamie Obey in car 41, taking down the number 6 position. Obey there to congratulate the winner, despite the fact they had some contact during the event when it was the 41 challenging Kelly Moore for the lead. But Kelly Moore has got to be a very happy young man as he comes out of his car now. Kelly, certainly a gentleman who knows his way around any racetrack, doing a great job here at the quarter miler at Riverside Park Speedway. Kelly out of Scarborough, Maine in his 12th year of racing, picking up his 7th Busch Grand National North win. Really great racing. Moore was the 1984 track champion at Oxford Plains Speedway, and in '84 also was Triple Crown champion at that facility. And he won 10 pole awards for the Busch Grand National North Circuit in 1988. There he is, our winner, Kelly Moore of Scarborough, Maine, taking the win. Some of the Mike McLaughlin fans now not too happy, but certainly a big win for Kelly Moore.
Well, a big hug and a kiss from the wife, nothing beats that, I'll tell you. Well, Kelly Moore, I'm going to tell you something. That wasn't easy. You had to work for that every step of the way.
Yeah, you know, there was some tough competition out there. You know, Jamie and I were running pretty close, and we got together over there. You know, that's not the way that I want things to go, but it's some pretty tough racing. You know, they don't give me any room, I don't give them any room, you know. I've never seen anybody give me anything out there, so I'm going to take all I can give.
Now, the guy that almost stole the show away from you was Mr. Mike McLaughlin over here with the Coors Extra Gold, number 51. He almost nipped you at the end there. It was about a foot of distance between you and him coming across the line.
Yeah, Mike's a real hard charger. You know, we were trying to give him all the room we could. I held down to the inside, you know, to give him the outside groove. So, you know, people can think what they want, but he had plenty of room out there. If he wanted to go around, let him go.
This is a big moment for you. You certainly got people you want to thank, people you want to take a moment to remember at this time.
Yeah, I'd really like to thank my crew. You know, they really brought me through all the hard times at the beginning of the year, and Jordan Lumber, and new sponsor I took on board was Kate's Car Connection, but Jordan Lumber, they've hung by me, you know, through the thick and thin, and I'd really like to thank them. You know, they've really hung right in there.
Well, the record books will show that Kelly Moore from Scarborough, Maine, was the winner of the Adap Auto Palace 100-lap Busch Grand National North event here tonight at Riverside Park. Kelly, we need you to step over here if you could for a moment, because this is just the beginning of the presentations that we have for you this evening. Kelly Moore in Victory Lane for this special presentation.
There is no question about it that this man put on the show of the night. He comes from the modified division. They call him Magic Shoes, and tonight he did just that. Finishing in the runner-up spot. Ladies and gentlemen, the driver of the Coors Extra Gold Machine, the recipient for the Race Week Outstanding Performance Award, Magic Shoes, Mike McLaughlin. Mike had an unbelievable run to run the outside of the racetrack here at Riverside. You started in the middle of the pack. There weren't any cautions. Time just ran out of the finish, but it was closer than we've seen any event this season here at Riverside. A great job.
Thank you very much, man. I'll tell you, you people make me feel like I won the race. I appreciate the support, man. And I just can't say enough for Mike Gricci, the crew. They did a good job. The car was tight. It was there at the end. I think maybe another lap we could have got him. I don't know. I'm just glad you're behind me. Thank you.
Ladies and gentlemen, Ted Fisher from Adap Discount Auto Parts moving over. He's going to be joining Magic Shoes Mike McLaughlin in the photos here. Ladies and gentlemen, our second place finisher, Magic Shoes Mike McLaughlin.
Bruce, a fabulous job in the last couple of laps getting by Dick McCabe and Joey Carafas.
Well, thank you, brother. The crews really get the car working better every week, I'll tell you. I'm real happy.
This is your second third in a row. Good season for you.
Well, the second half is.
Okay, Bruce Haley, ladies and gentlemen, your third place finisher tonight. A super finish for Bruce.
From the Wall Stadium, regular runner on the NASCAR Winston Modified Tour for Tony Ferrante. Scheduled to start next to him will be car number 63. He is a former most improved driver here at Riverside Park. Last year's Rookie of the Year winner on the NASCAR Winston Modified Tour, and he started his racing career while approaching the age of 40. Ladies and gentlemen, the West Hartford Tool and Die, number 63, the Moore Racing Enterprises automobile for Larry Moore. Second row from the rear. This gentleman is a front runner. His home turf is the Riverhead Raceway. He knew what touring on the NASCAR Winston Modified Tour was all about before it became fashionable. Driving the Sunset Fuels, number 81, would you welcome Bobby Park. This gentleman literally owned the turf in super modified racing. Tried his skills in the Winston Cup circuit for a while and now calls the NASCAR Winston Modified Tour his home. After a feature event win at Jennerstown, Pennsylvania, he is a strong contender on the NASCAR Winston Modified Tour. Driving the Lynn Bowler, Bedard Chevrolet number 3, would you welcome Dougie Heberon. Regular runner here at Riverside Park Speedway. His shop and race car comes right down the street from the park. Driving the Metro Door, number 01. Ladies and gentlemen, would you welcome John Zavisa. Front runner in the competition, his family ran at the old Danbury Race Arena. Now he too calls Riverside his home. The Dino Artworks, number 06, for George Rudinis. Car number 54 is next. The beautiful automobile, the Booten & Sons paving machine from Enfield, Connecticut. Would you welcome Brad Hightower. This gentleman is a former winner of the Race of Champions. He drives the Furmaster machine, the Hunter-powered number 28. Ladies and gentlemen, would you welcome the Pontiac for George Brunhutzel. Car number 47 is perhaps the strongest running independent runner in the field. He drives the number 47, the little car that could in the competition here. Regular weekly runner here at Riverside Park Speedway. Truly one of the nice guys. Would you welcome Eric Leclerc. The Danny's Market Racing Enterprises, number 2. Ladies and gentlemen, they call him the Jet, Jamie the Jet Tomeno. Another one of the weekly runners here at Riverside that runs both in the pro stocks and the modifieds. The Gary's Auto Sales Matco Tools, number 85, talent on the rise for Chris Kopak. Bob Garbarino, Mystic River Marina, is the sponsor of the next automobile. The driver comes from Rocky Mount, Virginia. This team has been a consistent front runner on the NASCAR Winston Modified Tour since the conception of the tour. Ladies and gentlemen, would you welcome truly one of the gentlemen of this division, Donald Satchworley. He is the defending champion of the NASCAR Winston Modified Tour. He has all the right ingredients to make it 2 titles in a row. Driving the John Cazella & Sons Racing Enterprises Cazella Speed, H&H Gas, number 15, would you welcome mighty Mike Stefanik. The gentleman that's next to the starting grid is celebrating his 40th birthday. I tried to make it sound 30 for you, Ed. Driving the Park Ride and Fly, number 73, would you welcome Ed Kennedy. This man is the man that ran up front all season during 1989. Now he wants the title. His car number is car number 1. The Tony Vecchio L&R Speed Equipment Universal Joint Sales Clark number 1. Would you welcome Tony Hirschman. Number 72. Former front runner on the NASCAR Winston Modified Tour this season with victories also at the Lancaster Speedway. Former front runner on dirt. Would you welcome Charlie Rudolph. The number 21, the Spear Point Garage Southern New England Egg automobile. Art Berry is providing front-running cars on the NASCAR Winston Modified Tour for many a season. Out of Horseheads, New York, ladies and gentlemen, they call him the Duke, George, the Duke of Kent. And our next starter to the grid. He is the man that literally set the house afire in the Busch Grand National North event. Now he wishes to do it on the NASCAR Winston Modified Tour. He is a former champion, driving the Clyde McLeod prepared automobile, the Sherwood Industries, Billy Carrazzo, Sherwood Motorsports, Coors Extra Gold, number 12, Magic Shoes, Mike McLaughlin. This is the gentleman that won the Budweiser King of Beers 150. He knows this track better than most. He'll be driving the Big Bets Power number 44 from Forestville, Connecticut. They call him the Reg, Reggie Ruggiero. Regular runner at the Riverhead NASCAR Winston Modified Tour. Driving the USA Trucking, Two Brothers Excavating number 7, would you welcome Tiger Tom Baldwin. The Ed Bowles Eagle, the Bowles Racing Enterprises machine. 3 feature event wins to their credit here at Riverside Park Speedway. Regular runner on the NASCAR. The Mutual Engraving, performance technology powered number 36. Brand new automobile, front runner at Riverhead Raceway, and a sure contender on the Modified Tour. Would you welcome Mike Iwanitsko. The Coors Light Machine, car number 75, from Lisbon, Connecticut, veteran driver of the NASCAR Winston Modified Tour, it is Carl Pastriak. Driving the Shiva Racing Enterprises, number 8, the Superior Processing Automobile, from Auburn, Massachusetts, would you welcome Jeff Fuller. The Chase Racing Enterprises, keeper number 77, point contender for the title, would you welcome from Auburn, Massachusetts, Ricky Fuller. And the man that turned in fast time for the Bush Pole Award, driving the Macchio Advanced Design, number 0, right here from Agawam, Massachusetts, would you welcome Richie Gallup. Ladies and gentlemen, there is our starting lineup. The drivers will be strapping in the automobiles in just a moment. We'll give the official command. It'll start the Adap 100 Modified Feature Event.
Okay. Where will you be up here? I'll be up with panel.
I told you start rolling now. Oh, wait, all right. Start rolling. Riverside Park Speedway in Agawam, Massachusetts. Hello again, everybody. My name is Mike Kalanoff, along with Raleigh Jacobs. We are here for the ADAP 100 at Riverside Park. 26 cars will go to the starting grid for a 100-lap affair, and here's how they'll start. Sitting on the pole, driving car number 77 from Auburn, Massachusetts, and is the Chase Racing Pontiac of Rick Fuller. To the outside.
In the front row, the 77 machine of Rick Fuller, the 36 of Mike Iwanitsko. They'll set the pace to the start-finish line. And here with the call, the voice of the NASCAR Winston Modified Tour, Mike Kalanoff.
Thank you very much, Raleigh. Paul Coakley with the green flag in hand looks the field over. We might not get a start this time around. The green flag is out, though, and we are underway with a 2x2 start out of turns 3 and 4. It is Rick Fuller down low to the inside. He grabs the lead. Mike Iwanitsko in car number 36. Watch now, low to the inside is the Reg. Reggie Ruggiero of Forestville, Connecticut. Virtually one of the owners of this speedway as far as competition is concerned. Fuller, Iwanitsko, Ruggiero to the inside. Here comes Jeff Fuller to the outside in car number 8. A good battle for that number 3 spot with Reggie to the inside. Jeff Fuller to the outside. They go door handle to complete lap number 2. Back to the front. It is on number 77 of Rick Fuller. He continues to lead as the Reg falls back just a little bit. Mike Iwanitsko on his tail in number 36. Here comes Jeff Fuller in the 8. Tommy Bowles Modified Tour. We are about to go green. We will look for the pace car to pull to the inside. The race leader has his choice as to a choice of lanes. Rick Fuller has taken the outside. His brother Jeff will be on the inside. Watch them now as they move through turns number 3 and 4. Paul Coakley with the green flag this time again sends them on their way. They come to the stripe in that 2x2 formation. Now Jeff Fuller looking down low to the inside. Rick says nothing doing, shuts the door on his brother and regains the lead. It is Rick Fuller in the 77. Jeff Fuller in car number 8. Here comes Tom Bowles. A house of fire in car number 76 to take over the number 3 spot. Trucking number 0 of Richie Gallup is pulled in position number 4, and a good battle for that 5th spot as those two cars get sideways. Reggie Ruggiero and the 36 of Mike Uinitsko have looped it up in turns number 3 and 4, necessitating yet another caution flag in the Adap 100 here at Riverside. Please. Have been complete. Back at the Riverside Park Speedway in Agawam, Massachusetts, ready to go. Green flag racing once again. Jeff Fuller to the inside, Rick to the outside. Paul Coakley with the green flag sends them again on their way. A battle royal with the families Fuller, if you will, as they move down the back straight. Look at the Macchio trucking number 0 of Richie Gallup. It was Gallup to the outside, now it's Gallup to the inside. He looks for racing room down low underneath Rick Fuller in car number 77, and he finds it. Down the back straightaway they go. It is still Gallup to the inside, Rick Fuller to the outside, Jeff Fuller waiting in the rings, along with the number 76 of Tommy Bowles. 2x2, they negotiate turns number 1 and 2. There goes Richie Gallup, but relentless is the number 77 of Rick Fuller. They still go door handle to door handle out of turns 3 and 4. They cross the track again, head for turns number 1 and 2. A 3-car battle for the lead with Gallup in the 0, Rick Fuller in the 77, Jeff Fuller in car number 8, and here comes Tom Bowles. Watch him now as they come out of 4 once again, still in that 2x2 formation. We continue to see Gallup on the 0 down low. 77 on Fuller up high. Raleigh Jacobs, this is some NASCAR Winston Modified Tour event.
Just like our last outing here at Riverside, door handle to door handle action all the way. Gallup now as Fuller goes a little bit high, takes over the lead, and brother Jeff now sliding under Rick to take that 2nd spot. Look at this action between the brothers. Fuller forced up high by his brother, holds on to the number 3 spot, but Tommy Bowles is right there to pressure in the number 76 machine. Contact between our leader and Jeff Fuller. Contact, Uinitsko and Hirschman get together. Contact between the 36 and 1, and the caution flies. Uinitsko appearing to have a problem as he slowly limps away in the number 36.
He has chosen the outside groove from where he will restart. That puts Jeff Fuller down low on the inside. Watch, this should be a fantastic battle as they move through turns 3 and 4. The pace car to the inside. Gallup goes, the green flag is that, and we're racing at Riverside once again. It is now Gallup to the outside. Car number 8 of Jeff Fuller falls into the number 2 spot. Here comes Rick Fuller in the 77. Tommy Bowles on the move in the 76, along with George Kinn in the 21, and the defending champion on the Winston Modified Tour, Mike Stefanik. He makes up the 6th spot. Turns number 1 and 2 they go. Richie Gallup on his way in a brand new Sherwood Industries modified. That car number 0 is hooked up here at Riverside this evening. Jeff Fuller in car number 8 has won, necessitating a caution flag. A tough break for the two brothers excavating Chevrolet Modified. We're ready to go back to green with Jeff Fuller on the inside. The 0 of Richie Gallup alongside. Now Jeff gets the advantage, and this time he turns number 1 and 2. The 0 of Gallup goes high. Rick Fuller waiting on the wings in car number 77. A nose-to-tail battle to turns number 3 and 4, and Richie Gallup has again assumed the lead. To turns number 1 and 2, they will negotiate this time around, and down the back straightaway they go. A beautiful field of NASCAR Winston Modified, and you're seeing exciting action on Continental Cable. Mike Kalanoff and Raleigh Jacobs bring you the action as the cars come to the line once again.
Keep an eye on George Kent. Kent not come together, but they're both okay. Just slight contact. We don't see the reason for the caution flag.
I believe Tony Hirschman in car number 1 might have gotten a bit crossed up as he the number 0 of Richie Gallup. Let's go racing once again here at Riverside. Green flag in the air. The hammer is down for Richie Gallup. He comes to the stripe and he's off and on his way.
Mike McLaughlin still looking very strong indeed, moves to the outside and has the number 4 position, but George Kent is right there on his back bumper. Here comes Kent now. Kent drops to the low groove, bobbles a bit, loses ground to McLaughlin. However, you can bet that Kent will make another bid for that number 4 spot. And meanwhile, up front, it's still that battle between Gallup and Jeff Fuller. Rick Fuller still having his problems as he's fallen off the pace of his brother Jeff and our leader Gallup. Meanwhile, back in the back, Reggie Ruggiero still making his moves. There's the Reg moving alongside, trying to catch up with Satch Worley. Bobbled a little bit as you saw, but he is still in there pushing hard. Off the turn they come, and it's still Gallup leading the way. Ruggiero trying to close the gap on Worley, who in turn is gaining on George Brunholzl in the number 28. The leaders complete lap 90 now. 90 laps down and 10 to go.
This should be quite a shootout for the final 10 laps of this event here at the Riverside Park Speedway, the Adap 100 for the NASCAR Winston Modified Tour. The gentleman that currently leads the way is the driver of the Macchio Trucking Pontiac number 0. His name is Richie Gallup, a regular competitor here at the Riverside Park Speedway each and every Saturday night. He is looking for his first victory on the Winston Modified Tour for 1990. Gallup
and Ruggiero, never giving up, has now moved up another spot.
Well, the Reg is moving down low on the inside of George Brunholzl, car number 28. And he is looking for those ever so important, valuable points for the Winston Modified Tour season. Tony Hirschman, who was in that number 2 spot as far as the point standings are concerned going into this event, had a problem earlier in the event. He has to work his way up to the front. As you see, that car totally mishandling as a few more cars get by, but Hirschman now hangs on in car number 1. Let's go back to the front of the pack. We have 4 laps that will remain. It is still car number 0 of Richie Gallup. He is your leader. Here comes Jeff Fuller now as they approach lap traffic. It is Gallup in the 0. Fuller in car number 8. Fuller has certainly closed the gap. There will be 3 laps that remain. 2 as they come out of turn number 4. The popsicle sticks are up from the starter. Paul Copley, 2 circuits remain. Richie Gallup and Jeff Fuller. It is their show. Watch Gallup now trying to fend off the hard challenges of the number 8 of Fuller. They go nose to tail. The white flag is in the air. 1 lap remains. Richie Gallup looking for his first ever Winston Modified Tour victory here at his home track, the Riverside Park Speedway. 2 more turns. The checkered flag is in the air. Ladies and gentlemen, Richie Gallup has come to victory lane of the Riverside Park Speedway. His first ever career victory on the Winston Modified Tour. And the Macchio Trucking crew has to be happy about that one.
What a great performance by a hometown boy. Richie Gallup doing a tremendous job and taking down the victory. It's just been a great night all the way around for Richie and his crew and sponsors, Advanced Manufacturing and Macchio Equipment. And certainly you're going to see a fellow beaming from ear to ear when you see this fellow come out of his car. Richie not appeared too frequently here at the Agawam track.
Because not only did he win the Bush Pole Award, but he came back to win the main event. And Agawam, Massachusetts has to be proud of its own. Ladies and gentlemen, he's getting out of the automobile. Winner in the Adap Auto Palace feature event, Richie Gallup. Richie, congratulations. At the start of this event, you said to me, I'm going to bring it home for the home team. You watch, I can do it, and you did it. Did you have any doubts at any way through the event?
Like I said before, these guys are all professionals. They're all great to race with. I'm just really glad to be here. I'd really like to thank my crew and Eddie Flimke and, oh boy. Thank you, fans. Thank you, Adap. Thank you, everybody.
Richie, if you had to pick one magical combination that helped put you in the winner's circle here, what would it be?
The tires.
The tires gave you the hot setup. Late in the event, you had a lot of pressure being applied by the Fuller brothers. They never gave up. There's the victory kiss from your lovely wife, Kate. did you think you could hold off?
Yeah, the car was really working well, and I just tried not to abuse them any more than what I needed to stay in front with. I just worked the tires easy and just tried to stay right there.
Well, we've got a whole bunch of things to present to you. We're going to step back out of the winner's circle. The champagne is flying in the air. Don from New England Clock has a beautiful... Jeff Fuller is the Race Week Outstanding Performance Award. In just a moment, we're going to move in for the Gatorade photos and much, much more. As we are here in the winner's circle, as Mark Warnes will continue with the victory lane ceremony. Louise from the Pup 10 has her choice for hard luck. And it goes to Eric Leclerc. Eric Leclerc. Here's the microphone back over. Speedway scene, Richie Evans Performance Award, and much, much more coming up. Here's Mark Warnes.
Richie Gallup is not a tour competitor. He does not run with the tour each and every event, but he can take a lot of happiness and satisfaction finding himself in victory lane, beating out the tour guys here for this 100-lap Adap Auto Palace special event here at Riverside. The trophy is atop the Macchio Trucking number 0. We also need Mike McLaughlin out here as well for a special presentation from Speedway Scene, and the presentations will continue. But still, you got to feel that you put your heart into it tonight and still have to be somewhat satisfied with your performance.
Oh no, the guys did a good job. We time trial third, came second. You know, that's like a win to what we've been doing. We were going good. I was trying real hard with Rich. He drove a nice clean race, except when he backed into me twice. But no, it's good to see a local guy like that win it, and I'm happy with the second.
Well, you dueled with your brother. You put on a good show with him. You gave Richie here your best shot, but you're still having a good season with the tour.
Yeah, we've had a decent season. Tonight, I think one time when I hit the right front there, it towed it way out, and I've only got about 12 pounds in the right front right now, so it was slowly going flat, and I picked up a big push in the middle of the corner, but, you know, like I say, second, it's better than third.
Absolutely. $100 is better than nothing. The Race Week Television Performance Award. Congratulations, Rick Fuller.
Thank you very much. I appreciate it. Jeff.
Jeff.
Jeffrey.
Is here from Speedway Scene.
I got one in.
That award will be going to Mike McLaughlin. Sonny, you're presenting this award to Mike.
That's right, Mark. Michael, in front of me here. Michael.
Oh, no. I like this. This has been good all night. Here, slide right in here.
Michael.
Yes.
On behalf of Speedway Scene, it gives me great pleasure to present you with the Richie Evans Performance Award for your great run this evening. What do you have to say?
Well, I appreciate it. Always an honor to accept this award. We all miss Richie, and I tried a little too hard. I spun it on my own and had to come from the rear, but come up a little short.
Well, you did a very good job, and we're happy that you won Richie's award tonight. Thanks, Mark.
Presentation, Eric Leclerc, you are the recipient of that award. It's one award no driver really seeks out to win, but I guess if you've got to pick up a hard luck award situation, $100 helps.
Well, I'm very grateful for $100. I got $100 in the heat and $100 here, and it helps out the little guys, you know, so we're very grateful for your help. I appreciate it. Thank you very much.
Louise, thank you very much. Thank you for your participation.
No problem. Anytime. I like the guys.
Well, Raleigh and Mike, the celebration will continue down here in Victory Lane for a while to come. Plenty to do down here. Raleigh, back upstairs to you to wrap it up.
followed by Jeff Fuller, and then Rick Fuller finishing third, followed by Mike McLaughlin in fourth place. Fifth place went to George Kent in the number 21, and Reggie Ruggiero came back to finish sixth place in car 44. Seventh place went to Tom Bowles in car 76, followed by George Brunholzl in the number 28. Satch Worley finished in ninth place, followed by Mike Stefanik. 11th place to the number 3 machine of Doug Heveron, followed by John Zavisa in 12th place. Charlie Rudolph finished in 13th, followed by Carl Pastriak. Tony Ferranti came on to finish 15th, and he was followed by the number 2 machine of Jamie Tomeno in 16th place. 17th went to Ed Kennedy, Larry Moore in 18th place. In 19th place, it was Tony Hirschman, followed by Bob Park in the 20th position. Eric Leclerc finished 21st, and he was followed by the number 7 machine of Tom Baldwin. Brad Hightower took 23rd in car 54, followed by Mike Iwanitsko in the number 24 position. 25th place went to George Rodinas in car 06, and rounding out the field, car 85, Chris Kopak in 26th place. So there's your final order. We'll be looking forward to seeing you next Saturday night starting at 6 p.m. here at Riverside Park Speedway, a double-point show to decide the championships in all divisions, the finalization of those point races.